So for the book prizes in Foundation and Pre-Prep for summer 2020, for Walnut and Maple for English, we have Isabel Akinbadi, and for the Maths prize we have Ivana Apoko, and the most improved in Maple and Walnut, Jason Akiki. For the Beech and Holly English prize we have Olivia Taylor. For the Maths prize, Chimene Najuri, and the most improved, Bruno Mota. In Larch and Rowan, for English we have Michael Percy Hughes. For the Maths prize, Ethan Akiki, and for most improved, Blake Pym. And in Cedar and Birch, the English prize goes to Harriet Birkin, the Maths prize goes to Alexander Briscoe, and the most improved prize goes to Johanna Viska-Durak. Well done to everybody.
For the book prizes in the prep department this year, in Ewan Aspen, English, Matthew Coomber, Mathematics, Dimitri Karonsis, and most improved, Arjun Sohal. In Hawthorne and Poplar, English goes to Lily Gibbon, Maths, Arjun Chawla, and most improved, Tabitha Simpkins. In Chestnut and Sycamore, the English goes to Vera Padilla, Maths for Daniel Nunez Montanola, and most improved, Victoria Higgs. In Acacia and Pine, English for Amog Mathur, Maths, Harini Sivavakisa, and most improved, Rodrigo Mota. For Spruce, the English goes to Dylan Franklin, and the Maths goes to Dylan Franklin, most improved, Kian Fasharaki. In Juniper, English goes to Elijah Marty, Maths, Emily Garwood, and most improved, Esther Williams.
I would like to present the award for Modern Foreign Languages to Carolina Diniz Fernandez Lomana. Carolina has an amazing ear for language. She has the ability to absorb vocabulary and uses grammatical conventions with ease. Her pronunciation is extremely authentic. She's able to see the connections between languages, and she applies these to comprehension work as well as reading to decipher unfamiliar words. She has produced many outstanding pieces of work which reflect the fantastic year she has had. Well done, Carolina.
This year, the Humanities Award goes to Janelle Famatumi for her outstanding work within geography, history and RE. Within all of her lessons, we've found that she's been thoughtful, engaging and so enthusiastic about all of the subject matter, and this has been translated perfectly into her written communication, which has been well laid out and has got a really nice artistic flow to it as well. Well done this year, Janelle. See you next year.
This year I would like to award the Mathematics Prize to Elijah Marty. With self-evaluation and independence of mind, Elijah often leaves his classmates behind. He studies to advance, enjoying new ideas. He studies to succeed in competition with his peers. As the examinations and the classworks tell, Elijah is doing extremely well. I have certainly enjoyed teaching mathematics to Elijah. His drive and enthusiasm are fantastic. He has reached an exceptional standard for his age and thoroughly deserves this award. Well done, Elijah.
Science Prize is awarded to Emily Garwood. Emily has not only shown a great deal of scientific understanding in her writing and discussions, but has also produced some truly stunning pieces of independent work for me over several years. She has frequently performed excellently in her tests and exams and has shown the important ability to listen to advice and suggestions on how to improve her work and sometimes focus in lessons. She has worked hard during her time at the Grove to develop many skills, and although science is not always the first subject you might associate with her, I am pleased to present her with this year's Science Prize.
It is my great joy to award Emily Garwood the Music Prize for 2020. I remember Emily's first lunchtime concert when she had to climb onto the piano stool. I remember when she played the massive grand piano in the city church for the first time at the age of about 5. I will never forget her lovely but incredibly nervous mom listening at the door of the exam room at every piano exam as Emily's beautiful playing came wafting through. It was obvious that she would be getting yet another distinction. So many memories. Emily's piano teacher, John Byron, a fabulous musician, composer and concert pianist himself, shared with me that he considered Emily to be one of the most talented pianists in the country for her age. He said, "She has a wide repertoire and a technical and communicative ability well beyond her years. She is fearless, dedicated, diligent and mature." Her cello teacher, Kelly Price, said, "Every lesson with Emily has been a joy. In the blink of an eye, she's gone from a beginner to grade 7 cellist." Emily has an incredible talent, but what she has achieved is not by talent alone. Emily puts in the hard work and practices every day, and in doing this has produced amazing results. I'm privileged to have been her teacher. All of Emily's music teachers over the years have felt very proud and privileged to have a small part in this outstandingly musical young lady's education. She is leaving us all to start a new and exciting musical life at Stowe School and beyond, where her artistic horizons will widen and deepen. We all look forward to hearing of your exploits, Emily, and demand that you keep in touch so that we can continue to be a small part of what has been and will continue to be your wonderful musical story.
The winner of the English prize this year is Emily Garwood. I would like to start by quoting Maya Angelou, who said this: "You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have." This quote encapsulates a most remarkable quality of the winner of our English prize this year. She is fearlessly inventive. In every task she is given, she sets out as an explorer of her own imagination, discovering innovative ways to express herself in every corner of her mind. She has produced some truly exquisite work over the years, but here I would like to share with you a simple yet striking poem by Emily. Autumn. I paint a picture in my head of a bright autumn day, waking up and getting out of bed, listening to the leaves being blown away. I look outside the frosted window at the scenery down below. The leaves are as thin as rolled out dough. Oh, summer seems so long ago. As I step outside the door, I gaze up to the sky. Autumn's nearly over, and I let out a deep sigh. Despite the task, whether it be advertising, haiku poetry, or simple storytelling, Emily innovates. Her talent for nurturing the seed of an idea enabling it to grow and develop into a unique creation, is quite inspirational. As she moves on to new pastures, I would like to encourage Emily to treasure her creativity as a most precious gift, to indulge it often, and to never allow it to get lost in the complexities and trials of life. As Picasso observed, every child is an artist. The problem is staying an artist when you grow up. All the best, Emily.
The Performing Arts Award goes to Iman Kamani. The words Performing Arts Award might initially lead you to think of a person who is singularly or multi-talented in music, singing, dance and acting. However, this is far from the truth. There are much more personal skills needed in order to excel in this subject. Commitment and drive, focus and determination, and the ability to push oneself out of their comfort zone in order for self-development. The award this year goes to Iman because she's not only very talented, but more importantly, she has continued to develop her skills and strive for excellence in performing arts with her time at the Grove. Iman's commitment for ballet and tap is something she should be very proud of. She is recently working towards her intermediate foundation in ballet and has started point work. Over the years, she's been a strong and valid member of our school choir. Throughout her time here, Iman has also had several wonderful roles in previous school productions, where each one was executed with acute intuition and understated ease. Well done, Iman, and we look forward to hearing where your enjoyment of performing arts may lead you in the future.
Impolite of him. I asked him a civil question and he pretends not to hear me. That's not at all nice. I do say, Mr. White Rabbit, where are you going? He won't answer me. I do still want to know what he's late for. I wonder if I might follow him. Why not? There's no rule that I make to go where I please. I will follow him. Wait for me, Miss White Rabbit. I'm coming too. How curious. I never realised that rabbit holes were so dark, so long and so empty. I believe I have been falling for 5 minutes and I still can't see the bottom. After such a fall as this, I shall think nothing of tumbling downstairs. How brave they'd all think of me at home. Why, I wouldn't tell anyone, even if I fell off the top of the house. I wonder how many miles I have fallen by this time. I must be getting somewhere near the centre of the earth. I wonder if I shall fall right through the centre of the earth. How funny would that be? Oh, I think I see the bottom. Yes, I'm sure I see the bottom, and I shall hit the bottom, and oh, how it will hurt.
Good afternoon, I hope you're all well. I hope you've all enjoyed the last 12 weeks of distance learning from a sport and PE perspective. It's been fantastic to see all of you getting involved as much as possible in some difficult circumstances, so really well done. My duty today is to award the Junior and Senior Sports Awards as well as the overall Sports Cup. In terms of these Junior and Senior Sports Awards, they're for individuals that have performed consistently throughout the year, have taken part in majority of fixtures. But overall for me it's down to attitude, ensuring that they have got the right morals and ethics and are always performing to a high standard. Without any further ado, Junior Boys goes to Thomas Garcia, Junior Girls goes to Summer O'Kane, Senior Boys goes to Elijah Marty, and Senior Girls goes to Carolina Dinez Fernandez Lamana. So well done, you four, for some fantastic effort throughout the year. Now on to the Sports Cup. Sports Cup for me is a special award, really. It's a real highlight of success for an individual that has really shone through, not only through their physical ability, technical skill, but again touching on that key word of attitude. This individual is an absolute delight to work with. She is a real role model for all individuals coming up through the school, and is always working to the hardest of her ability. Esther Williams joined us not too long ago and has really flourished as a young lady, young woman should I say, and is going to hopefully go from strength to strength, which I'm sure she will at her next senior school. So I'm delighted to award, as is the rest of the sports department, the Sports Cup to Esther Williams. Well done, Esther. I would like to take this opportunity now to obviously welcome all of those individuals coming back next year. We've got a lot of hard work to do getting ready for fixtures and obviously PE lessons as well. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to wish every Year 8 the best of luck going on to their senior schools. I'm sure you will enjoy it as much as I did. Best of luck.
I'd like to award the Academic Cup this year to Elijah Marty. Elijah approaches his academic work in the way he approaches life, with a twinkle in his eye and a desire to be the best. Elijah is an independent worker and he's always keen to understand how he can improve. If anyone scores higher than he does in his classwork, our form time becomes a forum for analysis and strategy, regardless of the subject, so that he can learn from his mistakes and improve his performance. As Pele, an important, famous footballer, once said, "Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do." Elijah has many strengths across the curriculum, demonstrating his critical thinking in geography, analysing evidence in history, debating in English as well as his use of pace and vocabulary in his writing, demonstrating excellent recall and diagnostic ability in science, and of course his reasoning and knowledge within mathematics. Elijah has taken the opportunities that he has been given and opened up a world of possibilities. I am very proud of him. Well done, Elijah.
Good afternoon. You may know me as the head boy at this school, and my name is Elijah. I've been at this school for 6 years, and I have to say, it's been the best 6 years of my life. From going from a boy that would crawl under the tables in his classes to being a head boy and leaving the school to go to one of the best schools in the country, I think it's a great achievement. I remember my first day at the school. I came with my famous Thomas the Tank Engine bag, and the first question I was asked by my friend Ryan was, "Are you fast?" My classmates used this reference against me all the time. The school made me feel accommodated and at home since I arrived, and I would like to take a moment to thank my teachers. Mrs. Ray, my maths teacher, Mrs. Carlin, my history teacher, Mr. Thorne, my geography and sports teacher, Mrs. Ramsey, my English teacher, Mr. Pendry, my science teacher, Mr. Slater, my art teacher, Miss Shan, my French teacher, Mr. Wakely, my music and extended projects teacher. I would also like to thank Paul, my guitar tutor, and Laura, my speech and drama teacher, for getting me past all their exams. Mrs. Kazaragi enforced the school rules when I was in year 3 and 4 during my transition period, when I had most of the blips in my behaviour at school. Trust me, she got me on the straight and narrow in no time. This is just a minority of the number of teachers that have made a lasting impact on me, both in academics and sports, as well as helping me build my self-confidence. Henry Birkin also gets a shout out for making things happen and helping me with my music and encouraging it. Massive thanks to all my friends that have stayed in the school, supporting me and making me laugh all the time. The day my classmates learn how to sing will be the day I produce my best drawing. Mrs. Birkin, wow, what an amazing headmistress. Thank you for seeing something in me, even in the darkest of times, and giving me the role as head boy. Mrs. Birkin is 1 in a million and sees capabilities in each child in the school. Mrs. Birkin has made a special place and created a place in my heart. Let's take a moment to clap for our headmistress. Now that I leave on a high note, the memories and experiences have been astounding, and I will never forget anyone at this school. I was awarded a Thring Scholarship, which is based on academics, sports, and leadership, in April at Uppingham, and I hope I've made the school and my family proud. I've been taught respect, discipline, and self-belief. As we all know, school is a place to learn and have fun, and anything is possible when you put your mind to it. I urge you all to stay to year 8 in this remarkable school with dedicated and supportive staff. I hope all leavers remain in touch on our group as we all have to chase our dreams. Before I sign off, I would like to thank all staff and students for working well with me and making my time as head boy as smooth and successful. You've all been amazing to work with. To my amazing parents, I say a big thank you for being by my side when I really needed it and making everything possible. I leave you all with a Latin phrase from my dad's boarding school, which goes by "Essem quam videri," which translates to "be rather than to seem." Let us all strive not to be what we are not. Let us be kind and helpful to others in this world full of challenges, discrimination, and persecution. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Birkin, teachers and assistants, parents and students. My name is Iman Kamani and I'm a Year 8 student and your head girl for 2020. I think we can all agree that this school year hasn't been our greatest, and each and every one of us would like to press the replay button and go way back to when Gojo wasn't a delicacy and masks weren't necessary. But now they play a big part in our daily lives and it's heartbreaking. But I would still like to press the replay button and go back to when I started at the Grove, back to Beach and Holly. We had just come to England from South Africa, new country, new school, and I was welcomed with open arms by everyone at the Grove. I remember my first day of school, I was in Holly class with Mrs. Vass, thinking I was going to find it hard to make friends, but after the first week of school, I made even more friends than I had before, and I loved it because I found new hobbies and interests to share with them. But I was still one of the children who couldn't write a figure of 8, but eventually I overcame that challenge with the help of friends and Mrs. Vass. My next challenge was moving up to pre-prep, to big girl school, where everything was a little bit harder, like learning how to tell time and learning to add and subtract, but I overcame those challenges within the first 2 years of trying. In my 3rd year, I learned how to differentiate all the different subjects of English and found that I enjoyed comprehension the most. I even moved up to set 1, but I found the new challenges and teachers a little hard to get used to, but I overcame that challenge because I wasn't alone. The 4th and 5th years of school were challenging but fun because we were doing more projects and getting new teachers and students, but my biggest challenge was seeing my big sister leave, but I overcame that one, knowing that I would have to be a big sister myself. My 6th year at the Grove was one of the saddest because I knew that whoever passed the 11 plus would be leaving at the end of the year. But I overcame that challenge because I knew I would still get to see them and not everyone would be leaving. In the 7th and 8th year at the Grove, I made new friends, lifelong friends. I even met new challenges like becoming head girl and taking on newer, harder responsibilities, but this challenge is one that would take a whole school year to overcome. But only having 7 months showed me that I can overcome any challenge in the smallest amount of time, even in the middle of a major pandemic. That being said, I would like to mention Mrs. Ray, who has supported me throughout this journey. Mrs. Ray, you're 1 in a million and I appreciate you and your faith in me. The moral of the story is that during my time at the Grove, I learnt that there are always going to be challenges in life, but it's not the challenge that matters. It's overcoming it that's going to show you that you are now more than you thought you could be, and that is exactly what we have done this year. Our challenge was the pandemic, and even though it took long, we have managed to overcome it, and we will carry on to overcome each obstacle that is thrown our way. Having said that, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my classmates and schoolmates for this wonderful journey. It has really been a great one. To all my teachers, I am forever grateful for all your teachings and guidance throughout the years. Thank you for entrusting me with the role of head girl, which was truly a proud moment for me. You've all contributed to making my years easy to navigate. You've all helped me to come out of my shell and have the great courage and confidence to be able to stand here today and tell you that you are all appreciated. Mrs. Birkin, for the support you have given to my family has been the same from day one to date. As a family, we truly appreciate your support and how tirelessly you give yourself to your school and pupils. My parents cannot stop singing your praises. Thank you so much. Lastly, for me, this is not goodbye, as I have 2 more sisters who are still at the school, which means you will still be seeing lots of me. But I must say, I'm ready for the next challenge and next chapter of my school life. So, to the class of 2020, all Grove students, teachers, assistants and parents, stay safe, sanitize, wear a mask. Till we meet again. Thank you.
The Prayer of St. Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. Amen.
It now comes to the point where I award the Principal's Cup. This year, the pupils leaving us at the end of Year 8 have achieved a great deal. Carolina Dinez Fernandez-Lamana, an academic scholarship to Northampton High. Esther Williams has offered a senior associate at Tring and will be attending Thornton College with Iman Kamani, who is our head girl this year, and has quietly grown into a confident young lady. Sherry Assad will be going to Bedford Modern. It was impossible to decide on one pupil who should receive the cup, with so much talent in our leavers. So the first time we have 2. It gives me great pleasure to award the Principal's Cup to Emily Garwood and Elijah Marty. Emily joined the school 10 years ago as a shy and extremely polite 3-year-old. She displayed her musical talent early and continued to develop throughout her time here. Emily has brought me to tears on more than one occasion with her piano and cello. Emily is a very modest young lady and hides her light under a bushel. She received the music, science and English prizes today. Emily is an excellent role model and has supported her peers and been an example to younger pupils, inspiring many to take up a musical instrument. Emily has a dry sense of humour, which was enjoyed when she played one of the Ugly Sisters with Esther in an end-of-year production. Always diligent with her work, producing pieces of an exceptional standard in all areas of the curriculum, Emily has been awarded a music scholarship at Stowe, I look forward to coming to your first concert, Emily. Let your light shine. Elijah Marty. Elijah joined us when he was 7 years old at the end of pre-prep and was initially a little overwhelmed by the expectations. He quickly started to shine on the sports field and his work ethic increased as he moved through prep. Elijah was our head boy this year and took his duties very seriously indeed, supporting younger pupils. Elijah received the academic and maths prizes today. Elijah has one of the best can-do approaches to life I have ever seen. When Elijah decides he is to do something, nothing will stand in his way. After narrowly missing a sports scholarship, he didn't give up. He just worked harder to achieve his goal. Elijah has been awarded the Major All-Rounder Thring Scholarship to Uppingham. This award is for pupils who can contribute to the life of a boarding school through strong, all-round involvement and high achievement, which I know you will do. Congratulations to both of you. I will miss you. I would like to start by saying thank you to all the staff who worked so hard this year and for all the things we've enjoyed: assemblies, trips, house days and fixtures. Thank you to all who helped make this virtual time and the distance learning possible such an enormous success. The staff gave up their time to plan and resolve technical constraints in order for our pupils and parents to be able to access lessons. When we started welcoming pupils back, the clearing of classrooms, adjusting menus and creating bubbles, what a wonderful team. We have remained open throughout this time and had many moments of joy. We've remained connected with our own community. Thank you to parents for their support, the kind words and treats we received. It was lovely to see you joining in. A shout out goes to all at the Grove. It is under the greatest adversity that there exists the greatest potential for doing good, both for ourselves and others. Although this has been a very frightening and sad time, with many people and children feeling lonely, we should treasure the positive experiences we've shared with our families. At 3:45 a.m. on Saturday the 16th of May 2020, over 7,000 people experienced the dawn together, with live music as daylight swept across the United Kingdom. Alicia, my daughter, and I left the cottage in darkness at 3:15 a.m. on a cold morning and settled down to watch the dawn rise across the fields, listening to live music and the birdsong interspersed with moments of silence. It was very moving. Sometimes we don't need to be connected by constraints of clocks and screens. Whatever systems have been created by humans can also be undone by us as well. This is our opportunity for change, a time for us to reset and make that change. I'm very proud of the diversity of the school. We represent all continents, cultures and faiths. We endeavour to educate and expand the minds of those in our care, whilst also educating their hearts with tolerance, understanding and love. Love many things, for therein lies the true strength, and whosoever loves much, performs much, will accomplish much. Whatever is done with love is done well. We fill our hearts with love, and it is in the hands of today's young leavers that we ask them to continue the change that has started in recent times. In the words of Desmond Tutu, if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you've chosen the side of the oppressor. If an elephant has its foot on the tail of a mouse, and you say you are neutral, the mouse will not appreciate your neutrality. Do a little bit of good wherever you go. In those little bits of good put together, that will be what overwhelms the world. As we have seen the talent and love expressed by our pupils today, I invite you all to make a change in your life. Those of you leaving us today, take a piece of our hearts with you. Remember, the good you do each day will help you grow. Our final song was sung by pupils at the school in 1999, before any of our current pupils were born. I wish the leavers every success and look forward to welcoming you and all your families back in September. Remember, all roads twist and turn, and when you reach an intersection, it's likely life will take you in the opposite direction. But don't give up on hoping when your road is at a dead end. It's likely that you'll find it's really only a bend. Although other roads are different, it doesn't mean yours is wrong. So pick yourself up again and just keep moving on. May your God go with you.